Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make Blender profile pictures for gorillatag. So first things first, before you do anything at all, you're obviously going to need the app Blender installed. You can get Blender on Steam, or you could just look it up online and find it somewhere there. Also, before we get things started, just want to clarify this is only for PC users only. So anyways, now that you have Blender installed, now what you want to do is head over to my Discord server, linked in the description below. After you join, head over to the verification channel and click the verify button. Now after you're verified, scroll down until you see the Blender PFP channel, where we will have all our tools that we need today. First thing you want to do is download the Gorilla rig right here. Click the download button, continue to download, whatever. Now you want to head over to Blender, and once you open up Blender, it might show like a menu or something, but just click to the side of it. Now I'm still very new to Blender. I'm not a pro by any means, but I know just enough to get this video done. So seeing this just right here, it's pretty basic, but it seems pretty crazy. Okay, so what you're going to do first, just follow my instructions and you'll be good. You want to head over to the left side of your screen and find these little things right there. And if they're not here, there should be an arrow that you can click and it'll pop them out. But now once you're here, click on this move selection thing right here. Click on this square, right click it, and just click delete. Head over to the file section on the top left, click it, and now scroll down until you see the append section. Click that. Now once you're here, head over to your downloads or wherever you installed the Gorilla rig. It might be a little formatted weird, but mine's all the way at the bottom, so just go ahead and find it. Mine is right here, so you just want to click on it and click append. Now once you click append, it won't go straight into the game. It'll show up here with a bunch of different folders. You want to click on collection, we'll double click on it, and then find Gorilla IK rig right here and double click on it. And now you should see your monkey in the game. Now this part took me a little while to get used to, but to move with WASD, like your camera and stuff, you want to click shift and then this little button right here, it's on the screen. And once you click that, you should be able to move your mouse around and use WASD to move around, and you could hold shift to go a little faster and everything. This is what I use. Some people just use like the click of their like mouse scroller wheel thing to move around. You can just hold that, the orbital view, I don't know. But I just like using this little method right here, and once you want to stop moving, you just click your mouse. Get it positioned right in front of you. Now you can select them, deselect them, whatever. Let's just get some things down. So these little lines right here, that's like its bones kind of, and then once you click on the actual monkey, that's just like its texture or whatever, if that kind of makes sense. And then these things, these little balls, I'll explain those later. But now, once you're here, go to the top right and you should see these little circle things. You want to click on the very right one, right? Now you should see a beautiful monkey. Now once you're here, we're going to change a few settings. So head over to the right side of your screen and find the render option. Now once you're here, you should see render engine, and it's on Eevee. You want to click on it and change it to cycles. And if your computer really can't run it, just change it to Eevee. It should just look a little bit better, the shading, the lighting, and everything. Another thing is go to your output section right here, and if it's not already your file format, change it to PNG, and then make this RGBA right here. Now another thing we're going to do is go over to render again, scroll down until you see color management at the bottom. Now find where it says look, click on it, and change it to very high contrast. Oh yeah, sorry, also make sure the view transform is on filmic, right there. Now we're going to head back over to output. Now after you do that, go back to render, scroll down until you see film, and now click on transparent right there. Now it makes the background actually transparent. Alright, now we got our character down, our settings down. Now here's what's next. Actually customizing our monkey, our character, whatever. Also right now, don't worry about like the shadows and stuff. We're going to fix that in a second. So to actually customize your monkey, you're going to want to click on the monkey itself. Make sure not to click on like the rig, like these lines. Just click on the actual monkey, so like the face or something. Now once you click on it, go to the right side, and on the bottom, click on the material section. Now once you're here, look for primary color. Click on that, and I'm just going to do orange since my main color is orange. And then with this color emission right here, you could play with it how you like. I personally like mine all the way up. I think it looks really good. Sometimes if you want a little darker look, you could change it down. Also another note, while you're customizing and stuff and not rendering, you can actually come up here and click on the middle circle right here, and it'll just turn off all like the shading and everything, and your thing will run a lot better. You just won't be able to see like how it'll look rendered in full time, but that's okay. Okay, now for the name, what you're going to do is just click on the name. And if you just don't want it, right click on it and click the delete button and it'll be gone. But if you do want it and you want to change it, click on it again and head over up here where it says object mode and change it to edit mode. And if there's like a little line next to the word, perfect. Just just press backspace, 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 change it to whatever you want. I'm going to do Flaymo. And then after you do that, don't click enter or anything, just go back up here and change it back to object mode and then click off of it. Okay, now we're halfway done with customizing our monkey. And yes, don't worry, I'm going to show you how to pose it, how to add a face, how to add cosmetics and everything, and even a background, so just wait. Okay, now let's move on to the face. So now what you want to do is head back over to the Discord. Now you should see this other folder called expressions.zip. Now you just want to download that. After it's installed, you may have to unzip it just by right-clicking on it and then clicking extract all or extract whatever. You can figure that out. Now once you have that downloaded and extracted, don't do the same process we did with the monkey. What you want to do is click on your monkey, like I did to change the color, go to the same little material option right here, and find where it says skins, and then click the arrow right next to it. Now you should see face texture, chest texture, body texture. You want to click on this yellow dot, it might be a different color, but for me it's yellow. Click on that next to face texture, and then find where it says image texture, and click on that. Now it might turn white for a second, but that's okay. Now there should be a little option to click new or open. You want to click open. And now you want to find the folder where you downloaded the expressions. So mine's just right here, and you'll see all the expressions. So right now, I don't really care since I'm doing a tutorial. I'm just going to pick a random one. I'll just do this one right here. Now once you select it, you're not going to see it, which is okay. Also, you have to double click or click open, whatever, on the expression you want. But after you select it, you should see the name right here, and if you don't, try again. But you won't see it on your gorilla. So what you want to do is where it says linear right here, click on that and change it to closest, and you still won't see it. So you want to scroll down a little bit until you see face texture factor and change that all the way to 100, and you should see it slowly turn to the face. And now it looks good. Now you have your face. But we're still missing something, the cosmetics. So I never really put cosmetics on my like Blender characters or whatever, but I'll still do it for this video. So what you want to do is head back over to the Discord once again, and you should see cosmetics and cosmetics textures. You're going to want to click on both of these links. So now once you're here in this Google Drive folder, for the cosmetics, you want to click on this little arrow and find where it says download and just download this. Or just download it wherever it says download. Same goes for the cosmetic textures right here. You don't want to just download one image, you want to download all of them. So download the whole folder. So once again, you might have to unzip these files or extract them, whatever. And now you'll know they're extracted once it kind of duplicates the same folder. So now that everything's extracted, open up the cosmetics folder right here in your file explorer. Open the folder again, and now choose like the category of cosmetics that you want. So I'm just going to do hat and face. And now I'm going to actually find the cosmetic that I want. So it's only the names of them. So use your monkey brain to imagine the images, whatever. Just for the sake of this video, I'm going to pick a random one, and I'm going to stop in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm going to do these round glasses right here. So once you find the cosmetic you want to drag and drop it into Blender. And now it'll come up with this little thing right here, and you want to click import FBX. Now in the game, remember how to move with the WSD. You should see your little cosmetic got added here, but it's pink. So mine's kind of small. I could have done a better example. But once it's added in here, you should see that it's selected already, and you should see these arrows that are connected with it. So these things right here are going to help you move them around. I'm using this blue arrow to move it up a little bit and match it with where my monkey's eyes are. And then I'm going to move it a little this way, and then obviously I'm going to have to rotate it, so I'm going to click on this rotate option. And then same kind of idea, I'm going to turn with the blue right here. Kind of just have to use human common knowledge right there. So that's pretty straight, and now I'm going to have to line it up, get it on my monkey. It's already looking pretty good. It could come a little higher maybe. Now once it's positioned correctly, you might be wondering where is the texture, where's the colors, you know? So we're getting to that. So what you want to do, click on the object, make sure it's selected, and go over to the material section right here, and where it says base color, you want to click on that, click image texture, and now it might not say open, it might say like, it might have like this little file icon, but you just want to find that and click that. And now once you do that, go over to your downloads and find the cosmetics texture folder, open it up, and now this looks a little confusing, and it can be for almost every cosmetic you have. But basically, you want to try to find like which season or update or timeline of gorillatag the cosmetic was added in. So honestly, I have no clue which this one was added in, but I'm just going to assume it was 06 summer cosmetics maybe. So you want to kind of mess with this, see which one is right. So yeah, okay. I think that one's correct. Looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna stay with that one. So there you go. That's how you add the textures to your cosmetics right there. Honestly, I don't even know if that's the right texture, but you get the idea. Same kind of thing. All right, so we are almost done. But now it is time for probably the hardest part, unless you follow my instructions, which is the posing of the character. So I'm just gonna do a basic like wave, I guess. My profile picture now, it's literally just this, but so what you wanna do is zoom out until you can see the thing that you wanna pose. Now what you wanna do is, you see these lines, this is the rig. So you wanna click on the rig itself, head over to object mode and click on pose mode. Now it's here, it'll be deselected. Now you wanna select the bone or the piece of the rig that you wanna move. So most commonly it'll be the hands. So I'm gonna click the hand. Make sure not to click these little circles because that's for the thumb and the fingers. So click the whole like little hand thing right here. Now what you'll notice is on the left side, this little thing will be selected, but you want to bring it down to move. And now once you move this hand around, you'll notice the other hand's moving also. So to fix that, if you don't want that happening, head over to the top right and click this X right here. That's basically like a mirror for it. So now it's not moving together. So this is pretty self-explanatory. You just kind of want to move it and pose it to where you want. So I'm gonna make and have the wave like right here, kind of, maybe a little lower. And then to actually like change the direction of the hand, go to the rotate, move it up, move it to the side a little bit. You know, this obviously doesn't look the best because I'm kind of just doing it for the video. But yeah, you could also like click in the middle and do them like at the same time. And now going back to these little ball things right here, what they do is they change like the angle of like the elbow, right? So you move it up and down, and then I'll move this hand just so it's like kind of on the floor. Guys, just let me know in the comments if you need any clarification for anything else, because again, I'm not a pro in this. Also, if you mess something up, press Ctrl-Z on your keyboard to go back. Pretty easy, pretty simple. And now moving on from the hands, I got those down, so I'm gonna click on the little like neck right here, and that's where you can like change the angle of the head. So, and then obviously these glasses got moved. So if you move your head or something and your cosmetics aren't in the same spot, just go back up here, change out of pose mode to object mode, click on your cosmetic, and bring it forward or wherever it needs to go. Okay, boom, whatever, that's gonna have to work. So now once you're done posing, once you're done adding color, once you're done adding your face, once you're done adding your cosmetics, your name, whatever, click on the viewport shading tab up here again, see how it's looking. Now it's probably going to look kind of dark, so here's another tricky part you're going to do. You want to click Shift A on your keyboard and find where it says light. Now you want to select area. Make sure you're in the shading for this so you can actually see the light, and it will spawn under your monkey pointing down. So basically we're just going to use this to light up our monkey. So rotate it so it faces your monkey. You're going to want to have at least like 3 of these, preferably like one under, one in front, and one behind or to the side, whatever your angle is. So what you can do actually is right click on it and click duplicate objects, and it'll have another one which you can mess with, turn and move and position and stuff. Yeah, basically I can't really help you with where you're putting it. I would just recommend under and above, kind of like what I'm doing right here. I do this sometimes where I try to use the WASD feature and then I click shift and 1 and it makes it like everything disappear like that. So just click it again and it'll come back. But anyways, that's honestly all the light I need. So I'm gonna go back to the regular viewing thing so it's not all laggy. So this is one of the last parts before we're gonna render. If there isn't already like a camera icon here that you can click on and like go to a camera and stuff, just click Shift A and then add the camera right here, but there should be one already. So toggle your camera view, and same kind of idea with the movement of it and everything. Just go down to your monkey, get in front of it, doesn't have to be perfect right now, and now just left click and head over to the right side over here where all your stuff is. Find the camera and click on this little camera thing right here, and then you can mess with your like focal length. It's just kind of like the zoom in and stuff, but that's not super necessary. But this part is pretty important. Head over to the output section right here, and for your resolution, your X and Y, change it to 1600 by 1600, which basically just makes it the size of the profile picture, which is a square. I'm gonna make mine just very simple. I'm gonna make it straight on right there. Doesn't need to be anything fancy at all. So I'm just gonna line it up right there. So yeah, just line it up kind of where you want it. Right there looks good to me. So now, once you have it, just kind of check it out how it's looking. Now what you want to do is head over to the top left, click render image. For some reason this is taking really long for me. All right, now we're getting some momentum here. Let's go, baby, come on. So yeah, this might literally take like up to 10 minutes depending on your computer, but it shouldn't be too long because mine's about to finish right now. So all right, it is finally at 100%. So now that it's done fully rendering, you want to head up here, click on image, and click save as. And now just save it to wherever you want. I'm just going to do my downloads, and I'm going to name it something like Herbie Derby Burby Burger. Anyways, click save as image right here. Now it'll be saved to your computer, but we're not done. And now what I'm about to show you, this is totally personal preference, but this is what I use to like make my thumbnails, edit everything, and do everything like that. So I use pixlr.com/editor, Pixlr-E. But really you could use Photoshop if you have it, or Photo-P, same kind of idea. You just look those up, but for this video I'm just used to this. I think it's very beginner friendly, very simple to use than like Photoshop or something. Okay, anyways, now you want to click on open image and click on the thing that you just rendered right here, and it'll perfectly be in the square. Now that you are here, follow my steps once more. Click on this little lock right here, and now you'll be able to move it around. With these little adjustment things, you can size it up and stuff, but I like it where it's at, so I'm gonna keep it there. But here's where we're gonna do coloring, editing, the background, everything like that. And there's a way to actually add a background in Blender, but I like doing it in here a little more. So really, you can do any background you want. I don't care, it's your life. So I'm just gonna look up cool, silly background, you know? Something pretty simple. Let's just do something like this, I guess. So once you find your image, either like save it or copy it, and then if you did save it, click on the plus right here and click image and then add it. I just copied it though, so I'm gonna press Control V. And now once it's here, it should be over your monkey, but you actually want to size it up to your background. So here, I'll do that. And then if you have a problem like this where it like doesn't fit the screen or it's not the same size, and you want to change it and warp it a little bit, click on free up here and then just do that. It looks kind of weird if you do it with other things, but this one doesn't really matter. So it should be over your monkey right now, but over here on the layers, just move it right under. Now this probably wasn't the best color choice because they kind of blend in. You might not want to do that if you want yours to look good, but again, you get the idea. This really takes some time to get used to the editing. I can show you some basic stuff though. So I'm just gonna click on the monkey layer. What I like to do, pretty basic, just come up here, click adjustment, click auto adjust, and auto pop maybe. That's a little too bright though, so I actually don't like that. You can click back right here or click Control Z if you don't like something. Now I'm gonna go back to adjustment, click mimic HDR. Just kind of mess with like the contrast and stuff like that. This is really like something for you to figure out on your own and mess around with. Hue and saturation, that's a big one. Saturation, you can move that up. Honestly, that's good for the monkey. And then the background, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna do the auto adjust. Didn't really do anything. I'm gonna make it a little like darker though, a little more ergy-dergy. This doesn't look great at all, I'm being honest. So don't use this as a good reference profile picture. But yeah, you could come up here, go to filter, details, add any kind of blur you want. I'm just gonna do that. You go to your monkey, click filter, drop shadow, mess with the shadow options, you know. This is just something, this is probably the hardest part, honestly, if you're just figuring it out, the actual editing. There's a lot to figure out. You can scale it up like that. I'm just going to do that. Add a little finishing touch. Once you're done, I like to do this. I like to select a layer, right click on it, and click merge visible, and it makes it just all together as one. And then what I like to do sometimes, click on filter and go to like vignette. I don't know how you say it, but you do that and it just adds a little like dark thing or a light thing. What am I feeling today? I like the light, so I'm just gonna do a little light there. Okay, that's the profile picture I made today with Blender and pixlr.com/editor. It's not the best at all, but it's for the tutorial. This is not something I would actually use. This looks really bad. But I hope you guys actually learned something from this and helped you make your first Blender profile picture. And really, they're like your profile pictures. They're just gonna get better each time you do them because you're gonna learn something new each time you try. So I would suggest like make one fully follow this tutorial, make one, try it out. If you like it, use it. If you don't like it, try it again. And even if you do like it, you should try it again because maybe it'll be better the next time. You know, I've been editing stuff for like almost like 7 years probably, and I have a lot of experience with it. Obviously, this isn't my best kind of work, but it's okay. You know, things happen, you learn, you grow, you adapt. So yeah, just keep trying stuff out. I hope this was a good kind of foundation and base for you to start off. With Blender, I was really bad at it first, and now I could kind of flow through it pretty easily with most of the things. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this helped. Please like and subscribe if this genuinely did help you. Sorry if this tutorial was too long or too boring. But yeah, I was just trying to be beginner friendly. So anyways, that's all I got. Have a good one.